Yo, we're back, man. Let's get into this video, yeah.
Every day I make around $10,000 and it's all online. It's actually not from
Then the Wi-Fi crap. Yeah.
real estate. If you're someone that's looking to get into real estate,
This video is from Fresh and Fit. I watched some of it, so I'm gonna skip into some of it.
And we are live. What's up, guys? Welcome to the Fresh Fit Podcast, man. Today we're going to talk about how to become a millionaire. We got a lot to talk about, guys. Let's get into it. Bam. Let's go.
I would say no.
Sneeko, this is a good question.
Honestly, you said, what's the best way to gain viewers via streaming? And it's complete transparency with your life and everything like that. So you see people in the chat there, they talk down on me too, but I'm able to be completely transparent. I talk about everything, and I've taken L's. I've talked about mistakes I've made, and I've talked about how I've gotten rid of the brainwashing and realized that the power that we have as men. Men are able to take control of situations. Men are able to make decisions. Men are able to take risks. Men are able to improve
Facts. You can't
more
make
than a
excuses.
woman is capable
Can't make
of.
excuses.
And when you realize that, then you could really reach your max potential. So the best way to gain viewers as a streamer is to realize that people are going to make fun of you.
Just be yourself. Be yourself. People make mistakes.
You're going to get an L spam once in a while. You are going to look stupid. You are going to make mistakes because humans are inherently flawed. And it's different. My stream is different from a stream like this because it's not just giving straight up advice. I like to follow the motto that you should seek truth through funny. And so I always try to find the funniest thing. And that's why people talk about the stuff they talk about, because I've always felt that being completely honest and transparent is how you get to the truth, and is how you hold yourself accountable, and is how you improve.
Facts.
If people aren't roasting you, if people aren't making fun of you, then you're not going to fix the cracks that you have in your life.
Yeah. I have to agree with Sneeko all about mindset. Biggie Smalls rapped about it in Juicy. I became a millionaire by 38. Now I'm 40. Plus, when you become a millionaire, you also wake up. Ego is the enemy. Respect, boys.
I'm trying to get the millions. Who trying to get them? Let me see a one in the chat if you try and get them M's.
Yeah, I mean, you got to put your ego to the side. I mean, I'll tell you guys right now a quick little story right before we had the show. Me and Sneeko were discussing thumbnails. He criticized our thumbnails, saying, hey, you guys should probably, do this and this and this. This has been working out really well for me. I could be a dickhead and be like, fuck you. We don't sit here and try to find truth and funny, asshole. Fuck you, you asshole. You're 23 years old. You don't know shit about life. You have a really bad sunglasses and your watch sucks. I don't fucking know. I could have said anything. But what I said, I said, you know what? That's a good idea. Let's try it. And that's what you really got to be able to put your ego to the side and learn from other people, regardless if they're younger than you or whatever it may be. If they give good advice, regardless of who it comes from. Okay, guys? So too many people a lot of times are fixated on who's delivering the message versus the message itself. It doesn't matter if I say 1 + 1 is 2 or a mathematician says 1 + 1 is 2.
Let's skip a little bit more into this. I'm trying to get to the good points.
And that's how you win in life. So,
boom. You have anything, Justin, or I'll go to the next one here?
go to the next one.
I own a granite fabrication business in VA. I made my first 200K profit at 22 and not comfortable and fell off. And got comfortable and fell off. I'm back on track now, but what can you guys suggest for me to get back there and improve my business? My friend, you just need to get comfortable being uncomfortable. That's really, if I'm going to break it down in a nice, concise sentence, that's what it is. The problem is that a lot of you guys chase comfort. Once you achieve that comfort, you sit there in that comfort and you're not comfortable being uncomfortable, which is why you sit there being fucking comfortable, if that makes sense for y'all.
Turn my chat up.
So
chat,
you got to
turn
learn
up.
how to be uncomfortable and bask in it, man. That's where the excellence is made. All right.
Number one thing that I see young people miss because they think that they're so important and they don't know how to put their ego down.
Yeah.
There's a Bible verse that says, ask and you shall receive. If someone asks something that you want, ask a question. Yo, bro, sorry to bother you. Just got to know. What do you do for a living? How can I do that as well? It's that simple.
Yeah.
And they might just tell you.
And guys, right now we can just hit 10K live viewers. I'm gonna go ahead and kill the Facebook stream and the Twitch and Twitter stream. So come on over to YouTube, okay, guys, so that we can go ahead and give you all this sauce because you guys are getting a lot of great advice right now from three guys that kind of know what the hell they're doing. Do we know everything? No, absolutely not. But I think we'll be able to help a lot. We're in a position right now to help a lot of you guys out there. By
the way, like the video, sub to the channel. We're almost at 1 million subscribers. We need 75K more subscribers. So shout out to y'all, man. And then follow Sneeko and Judge J Waller as well on YouTube.
Absolutely. So we got a pretty good question here from Pyro. And you know what, Pyro? I'm in a very similar situation, so I'll help you with this one. He goes, I have a Middle Eastern name, hard to pronounce. I find it hard to network or date as they can't remember the name or even pronounce. Showing my name won't work. Is it a good move to change my name for networking purposes? Let me tell you something, my friend. As you guys know, my name is Amru Fuddle. That is my government fucking name. I've been doxxed a million times, okay? That name is a nightmare, and a lot of people can't pronounce it. I remember as a kid when it was, they do the attendance in the beginning. My name was at the top. And the teacher would look at it and be like, "Oh my God, it's Amru," whatever I'd answer before, because I knew that I was, no one's gonna know what the fuck it was, right? And then I took that. I went into high school and middle school, really self-conscious about it. Oh, you could call me Amru, whatever it may be. Then I realized, what the fuck am I doing? Stupid. No, it's actually Amru. Fuck that shit, And that's my real name. And I want you guys to understand that the reason why people can't pronounce it or they don't know it is because you haven't earned that fucking shit yet. That's the reality, okay? If you're fucking somebody, they should be making sure before they meet you, how do I pronounce his name? That's when you know that you got it. Fast forward about what, 15 to 20.
He got a point there. He definitely got a point there, though. As you become rich and famous, everybody gonna make your name right when you come on set for your TV show or you're the guy being the speaker. Everybody knows who you are. Yo, that's such and such. Oh, that's such and such. Like,
years later, right? 15 plus years later, I'm working for the U.S. government, especially as Homeland Security Investigations. I had one of the biggest cases in the fucking country. Okay, it was a national security case that was involving the smuggling of a certain country type of people. Okay, I'm not going to go into crazy detail about it because I think it might potentially still be active. But that case, I got a director's award for it, and it's up for a Department of Justice U.S. Attorney's Award right now, guys. The Attorney General Award. And let me tell you guys something. When I was in the agency and I was working, everyone knew my fucking name because I had a big ass case. So they didn't sit there and be like, "Oh, let me call you. What's your nickname or whatever?" No, they got it right. They said, "Hey, this is this guy's name, etc." And they call me by my name. You need to.
damn, L stream. Only 10 minutes in.
We're back. There we go. We're fucking.
Oh, so
what if I told you that we will build you a profitable, sustainable, long-term business from A to Z, completely?
Get back, guys. Woo! They fucking thought they could stop us, but they can't. Don DeMarco for us coming back on the internet. All right, so guys, real quick, like I said before, if you have an unusual name, it's fine. Go ahead and make yourself a fucking somebody so people are scared and have the fear of God in them to pronounce your name wrong, okay? I know so many people that were CEOs, people that had big positions, and no one got their fucking name wrong because they checked with 3 different people before they went and addressed that individual. You need to be that fucking guy. And then, Justin, you made a really good point when it comes to sports on last names.
Yeah, man. If you think that you have a different name and nobody's gonna learn it, watch an NFL game, bro.
Damn.
They don't get those boys' names wrong. Sometimes they have different names and they pronounce them perfectly. And that's because they did exactly what Myron said. They became a person that people wanted to know and understand how to actually pronounce her name correctly. So I think that's one of the best points made tonight so far, is that you can become somebody that somebody wants to learn something about you and get it right. Make them get it right.
Even at networking events. Let's say, for example, there's someone very important in the room. Before you go talk to him, you be like, you know what? Yo, bro, what's his name again?
Nobody's gonna get the winner's name wrong.
So you get it right, so you don't mess it up.
And then also, I want to make this very clear, guys. The reason why I didn't use my government name when I started the YouTube stuff is we got to remember that I was also still working for the government at the time. I had a clearance. I was actually investigating that big case that I just literally told you guys about before I resigned. So I couldn't sit there, because if you use my real name and you Google it, cases come back. You go look at criminal complaints on cases that I've done. So that's the reason why I use the name Myron. A lot of you low IQ individuals. Yeah, like, oh, Myron, why do you use Myron then if you're so proud of your name? I am proud of it. It's just that I didn't want you guys knowing what the fuck I was doing. I had to maintain some level of privacy while I was still on the internet working these cases, man. So that's why my name is extremely unique, so you can find it immediately.
I got a white ass name. Just call me Fresh.
Fantastic. We got here $100 from Paul Castines.
Same shit for me. I
mean, no, we read
this
this one before.
My government name, obviously, but I have a really long, complicated ass name.
What's your name?
Was it a nice shot?
Glenn Morris goes, taking my Series 66 tomorrow to become a registered financial advisor. You guys push me every day to be a better man.
Yeah.
God bless. We got you, my friend. We got Evolve G. Thank you for helping so many men. Appreciate that.
Many men.
Yeah. And then I'm going to go ahead and you guys have anything you want to add real quick? Because I'm going to go ahead and pull the chat since we went down. Sorry, guys, for that. The internet went out. Yeah.
I guess I can ask a question like,
Yo, you gotta hang with winners to become a winner. If you hang with losers, you came with 5 losers, you're gonna be the 6th loser. If no one in your group has the mindset to want to be a millionaire, you ain't gonna never be a millionaire. That's why I stopped hanging with people. Like, really, like, stop hanging with them. They don't got to drive. Their mind in the wrong place. They want to go chase Shaniqua with the bad lace front. They don't want to get no zeros in their bank account. They want to overdraft their shit.
What do you think is the guy's number one excuse to not make it and be successful? Because we hear people ask us all the time, yo, Justin, yo, Sneeko, yo, Myron, how to become successful? Like, I see you doing your shit, bro. Like, I want to be like you, but like, I don't feel like I can make it. What's the one thing you could say that like holds people back, you would say?
I think it's their ego. I've been talking about this the whole time. I think it's people making excuses and people defending the matrix that they're in and people defending the system that's holding them back because they would rather not admit that everybody at the top is just ultimately trying to control you and take away all the power that you have. Once you realize, and what I think is a very important part of the red pill, is realizing that power is what controls the whole world. Power is what runs everything. So everybody at the top is just trying to decide how much power they give to the normies and the little simpletons in the middle. And once you realize that power is what everybody is ultimately seeking, and we decide how much we can give away.
Well said. Justin?
Look, in regards to what he said, is that I think the government looks at everybody like a whole group of sheep. And that if you decide to run and go against the grain, they're not going to stop all the sheep that they're currently controlling just because 1 or 2 little sheep ran off and created their own lives for themselves. So that's number one. Know that
Mentality. You got to do your own thing. People, if you see guys walking up the street, you got to walk across the street. You got to do different stuff. You got to do different things. You just can't. Everybody doesn't have the same goal in life. Everybody don't want to be an entrepreneur, and everybody can't see your vision like you want to see your vision. Like, that's something that you got in your heart. And if you do find people that do find your vision, you stick with them people. Like, make sure just stick together.
That if you think against the grain, that it's not as scary as you think it is, that you can go live a life that you really want to live, and they don't have time to come after you directly, especially if you're not out in the public. Go grab that life that you want by the horns, because they're not going to stop the whole rodeo just to run down one sheep that got away. Yeah. So they're moving people in large packs, so you can go against the grain and you can move quickly. So you, like we were talking about, we're like, even though we might know how the matrix works, you're not going to build an army that's going to meet the force of any like major country or change something in some kind of revolt or anything like that. But what you can do is get a second passport. Right. What you can do is learn the tax code.
Play the game properly.
Yeah, just play the game properly so you can move and shift throughout this world and live a life.
Don't break the rules, man. You play with the rules. You know the rules to a T and try to work with them. I got high taxes over here. Go to like Utah or Puerto Rico, low taxes.
Life that's on a very, very, very high level. In fact, in some cases, a higher level than some people that are A-list celebrities. Because yeah, they might be on an island with little kids, but I'm on a yacht with a bunch of tens, and nobody's fucking with me. You know what I'm saying? So understand that you can create the life you want, but you have to go ruthlessly take it.
I think that's the biggest part that the original question was like, what holds most people back? And how I see you guys live your life in
It's
most
fear.
Yes, fear holds you back.
Yeah.
But you guys live life like you're playing GTA.
Yeah.
Like you got all the cars, you do what you want, you're in the gym, you're fucking these, but you say whatever the fuck you want to a girl. You don't care about her feelings. If she cries, you don't care. Life is a game. And when you stop caring too much about the stuff that they're telling you to be scared of and manipulating you based off of fear and emotion, when you let go of that and you play life like a game, the world is at your fingertips and you can do whatever you want. That's the biggest thing that people don't understand. They realize they feel like they have to fit in to what society's telling you to fit. You have to fall in line and be a cog in the machine. And once you step out of that and play life like it's a game with sticks, then you can get to the top. Then you can play all the cheat codes. Then you can get multiple passports. You get the driver's license. You can figure out how to put your money in the right places.
Give me that ultimate money code. Up, down, left, right, X.
Exactly.
How to avoid taxes the proper way. All of that is a game.
Yeah. And that's why networks are so important, because what happens is that you get brought up a certain way. And then you get in a group or you get some kind of information and you try to go in this new direction, but your brain will mentally want you to veer back to the pack, because that's human. But being in a group of people that keep you on the right path to go your own way, like, yeah, you can get away from this. You can get away from this, because without a group of guys holding you to that flame, you're just going to naturally veer back into the group of sheep. Yeah. So that's why networks are so important. And I know that's what we started the show talking about. Networks keep you on that path that you know in your heart that you're supposed to follow. And so anytime you feel weak, you get really, really deep back into that network and you get yourself back on that right path again. And that's what you really want, because that's what leads to freedom.
I think most people know what they need to do. They just don't do it. And my biggest problem back in the day was procrastination. So what happened is I would watch a video, get inspired, like, yeah, bro, I'm going to do this, start this business tomorrow. And then nothing happens. And I'm like, wait, hold on. I know what I got to do. I'm inspired, but like, I don't do it. And what I would do is I would go to my computer, turn my game on, and grind all day on Cabal, League of Legends, all that stuff, right? I was like, damn, I'm still on square one, not progressing. But then it hit me in an instance. Bro, if I keep going on this path, grinding online, I'll win online, but not in real life. And I got a motorcycle accident where I almost died. I was like, bro, I could have died today. And that was it. That life moment changed my life forever. So my thing is, like, procrastination affects all of us. However, when you need it as much as you want to breathe to be successful, actually win in life, bro, I'm telling you right now, bro, nothing else matters other than be successful, having a good network.
Luke R goes $20, have 10K save and want to start my online business, deciding between staying in Miami, working my minimum wage job, quitting, moving to a cheap Eastern European country, and going all in my online business. That comes down to personal preference, my friend. What are y'all thoughts on that?
10K enough to really make that decision? I think you got to keep grinding.
It's a start, but now, bro.
Yep. Okay, so I got some of these chats that we missed before from when we got attacked by the Matrix. So we got here, I have an art company. This is from BCD 5-star goes, I have an art company, Black Azale Art. Do you think it's worth it? And do you think I can gain capital this way? An art company, bro? Oh, man. I mean, guys, art isn't really lucrative, man. And you're going to, and then if you think like this, you definitely can't share your opinions. If you're watching our kind of content and you want to get into the art world, bro, yeah, you better keep your mouth shut. That's gonna be an L for you.
Another thing about the art world, you want to talk about working with the elites, man. A lot of this bullshit art, people basically finger painting and buying $500 million pieces. Those are tax breaks, man. That game is played on a very large, high level. The same people that are getting their yachts taken away from them in Dubai because they're Russian are the same dudes buying that kind of art. So it's very unlikely that you'll get in those kind of circles, man. So I would keep that in consideration. If you're an artist for art and you really love the game, that's beautiful, man. You can do that. But realize at that level, it's a business thing. It's more bureaucracy, politics. It's almost geopolitical when you get into the major art game. Yeah, you know, because it's really just a tax write-off. It's a different level, man. When you talk about they on an island, that art game is actually involved in that
Epstein
quite
was a
bit.
big art collector.
Yeah, bro, and there's a reason why, bro.
Yep.
It ain't because it's like your fucking ugly ass finger paint. No disrespect to your art, but I'm just saying that that's a game where you got to know people on a serious level when you're also, you know, like counting votes, senators,
Yep.
that kind of
The
shit.
artists I know have built very strong relationships, and it comes with time, persistence,
That's
and
true.
working. So
Yeah.
Anonymous one goes, I'm 20 and started working in trade, but I still want to have freedom. How can I grow my network with the right people inside and outside the workforce?
get outside, man. Leave your house. Go to events. Meet people.
I would say the best way is online communities. Discord communities is finding people that you connect with online. It's hard to find that in real life. The best place for me personally is finding people online.
Yeah, and I mean this is honestly, guys, I don't want to sound like a broken record here, but this is where the war room comes in critically. You know what I mean? It's plans. Fuck my feelings. I gotta go ahead and perform, and if I don't perform, I'm gonna get fucking kicked out the shit. It is what it is. You know, you need to be around like-minded people that hold your feet to the fire. You need. Matrix attacking again. Oh no. Okay, I think we're good. That was just our monitor turning off. But that you need a community around you guys. You need a tribe. I tell you guys all the time, don't be vulnerable around women. But if you find the good friends, guy friends that understand your struggle, those are the guys you be vulnerable with. We got Trippy, $50. Appreciate y'all. Appreciate y'all helping men wake up. Quit school a year ago and did 6 figures in profit in the last 3 months. Shout out to HU and Creativity Kit. Yes, my friend. Shout out to you.
And Creativity Kit is really doing well right now. 3 calls a week, 4 p.m. That's a great place. If you don't want to get in the war room, if you want to pay $50 a month and just learn how the back end of social media, and the war room is more for pushing guys to be at their best. The Creativity Kit is all the ways you can hustle and make money on social media.
Yeah. And then the war room is very diversified, guys. If you want to get into real estate, you want to get into owning businesses, you want to get into getting passports and get traveling, having a network of individuals on almost damn near every continent, and a motivating group. That's somewhere
Even
you can
dating as well. So
yeah,
everything's in there.
And then obviously Sneeko has a very good how do I say this?
Knowledge of the algorithm.
Some damn glasses off.
Yeah, knowledge of the algorithm and specialty when it comes to social media marketing.
I grew up on this.
Yeah.
I'm different.
Okay. Trippy 2K goes. Appreciate you helping men wake up. Quit flight school year going to 6. No, sorry, my bad. $100 from FT3. Shout out to you guys for waking so many of us up. We're just going through life knowing I had a safety net from family. Working as exotic car sales here in Miami. Went from 125K last year to on pace for 250K this year. We'd love to sell you guys your next cars. I'm not in the market for a car. I don't know if any of you guys are.
Hey, DM me.
Yeah, DM me too. I know it's gonna crash soon. I'll pick one up off one of these broke boys from crypto.
Yeah. And then once again, it's about building relationships. So you got to start, which is the reach out, which is pretty dope. But over time is about building relationships. So yeah.
Okay. And then we got FT3. Shout out to you guys. No, we got Sheldon. Can y'all give us a 101 on how to start making content, specifically videos on YouTube, strategy, equipment, editing, etc., specifically as a personal trainer / improvement for men? Appreciate y'all.
You got to Sneeko.
That's all in the Creativity Kit. You have to learn how to utilize the TikTok algorithm. TikTok is where everybody's short attention span is going to. Everybody's getting dumber and slower, and they don't want to go watch a whole YouTube video for someone they don't know. But it's more likely they're going to scroll on their phone like this for 4 hours and pop up, and you're going to be on their feed. So if you know how to be entertaining in 10 seconds, if you know how to speak correctly, if you know how to edit it properly, if you know how the algorithm works, that's the way to do it. And the best place to learn how to do it is the Creativity Kit. The method has worked. I have 3 billion views on #Sneeko in maybe 2-3 months. 3 billion views on #Sneeko. I'm doing something right, so we'll teach you how to do that. If you want to utilize the TikTok algorithm, it's Chinese brainwashing, but you can use it to your advantage.
Bam. And then we got here this message for Justin. I live in Florida. I'm a sales manager for a car dealer and buy and hold real estate. I've heard you and the whole team mention the war room several times. What are the requirements for the war room? This is actually a great question. $100. Thank you so much, my friend.
Be a man that wants to pay attention, get better, that wants to be pushed into a little bit of uncomfortableness, and that can follow directions and wants to contribute. Just so you know, there's a room completely dedicated to real estate in the war room. I advise you get in there. We review people's deals. We look at cap rates, net operating income, the cost of debt, everything you need to do due diligence in a very deep way. I went through a guy's deal. He sent me a direct message that, hey, I'm looking at buying this deal. I underwrote the deal myself for him because it was a big deal for him. So I stopped everything I was doing and underwrote the deal myself. So that's kind of how we got each other's back in the war room. In fact, there's rooms for business in almost every regard, whether it's crypto, real estate, sales, everything that you need to know about business is in the war room, in addition to everything else that comes. So yeah, man, if you're in real estate, you should definitely join the war room just for that room. That room alone somewhere else is probably 10 grand a year. So if you're in real estate or sales or anything of that nature in business, the war room has multiple rooms just for you. There are independent rooms in the war room that make it worth the war room membership alone.
Yeah.
And women included. So
bam. We got here Dash Hit Craig goes $50 fellas. I'm a blue collar father of 4 boys. At 30 I left their mother because she's a bum and left her for a woman 15 years older than me that has no kids and wants to buy rental properties and help me raise boys into men. My point is don't give up. Okay, well, I mean, I guess she served her purpose better than the other one. The other one was just, I guess, a distractor.
I'll say something to that though. I mean, we say older, and I even kind of turned my head when you said older, but really, guys,
I didn't value, man.
My thing is that
mindset.
What I hope to,
it's mindset. Her mind gotta be screwed. Her head gotta be screwed on right. For me,
what I hope to give my own sons is I hope to give them truth and let them really know how the world is, and then with that truth they go create choice for themselves. So if I tell my son, hey, listen, this is how the world works, this and this, and I teach him everything he can, and I tell him, hey, listen, I've taught you this, now you can go become competent. Once he becomes competent and has all those things in place, then he has choice, because choice is really freedom. So if the dude chooses to be with a woman a bit older than him, fine, so be it. Would I choose to do that? No. Clearly, Sneeko wouldn't either. But if it makes you happy, man, what you don't want is to be forced into a life of staying with that bum bitch that you were with. That's what you don't want. You don't want to be forced into something you don't want to do. You want freedom.
Cage Jackson goes, hey, man, I'm glad you're feeling better. You were talking like your breath smelled like train smoke. Yes, my friends, it was tough. Matt F. and Dallas talks to Justin about War Room. I'm the barbarian that lives on the farm in Texas. Sneeko, you next. LMAO, any videos you'd suggest watching teach about making surplus money from the War Room? And that's from Afro Mensa, Justin.
Just join, bro.
Yeah, man, just join. I feel like not only are you going to make money working with guys from the War Room, but there's so much money and so many mistakes that you're not going to make because you were there in those halls. So get in there quickly. The War Room's not going to stay at the price it is, man. It is absolutely not going to stay there. And if anything, if you can't afford it right now, send me a DM tonight and we'll lock your price in. So you can lock your price in for 1/10 of the cost and make sure that when the price goes up, it doesn't go up on you. So it's almost like buying a War Room Bitcoin in a way. Get at me tonight.
Yeah, not only that, guys, it's only for 48 hours. So if you want to go ahead and get into the War Room, and we're going to run a Zoom call actually specifically only for people that take action in the next 48 hours and join the War Room through us. We're going to go ahead and give you guys an exclusive, basically like an onboarding call where we're going to, and Fresh Phil will be there. Me and Fresh will be there. And we're going to talk to y'all about the War Room. We're going to give y'all some sauce, give you guys some advice, whatever may be on anything you guys have, whether it's dating, real estate, whatever it is, making money, anything.
Cars, networking.
It's going to be an open Zoom call, man, with all of us. Okay.
A bunch of like-minded people. I know it's hard to find that. Just walking around the streets, going in just like, because the reality is like a lot of you people grow up, and when you grow up with your friends, you realize everybody's not on the same page. Like everybody don't have the same goals. You might come from the same stuff, but people's minds develop differently. And I'm not saying, I would say like majority of the people, like a lot of the people don't see eye to eye when they get older.
Okay, Fresh, it's time, bro. And this is from Fresh BBC. We good at clapping cheeks, but I'm trying to get husky big, homie. We literally accomplished everything in life, but we need to finally, that final infinity stone to conquer the world once and for all. Let's go. Okay. CJ Cool 28 goes, hey, Fresh fam, I love y'all. Quick question. I'm 19, making 17 an hour with unlimited overtime opportunity, which I take full advantage of. What kind of opportunity should I look for in Pennsylvania to get my journey started? You want to take this one, Sneeko, since you're close to your age?
Say one more time.
He's basically 19, making 17 an hour with unlimited overtime opportunity, which he wants to take advantage of. What kind of property should I look for in Pennsylvania to get my journey started? Oh, he said, what kind of property?
You're the property guy.
Okay. So in Pennsylvania,
man, it doesn't matter. You know the deal, man.
Yeah.
Get that 2 or 4 plex on the FHA.
Yeah.
And work all the fucking overtime you can at that age.
That's
man.
what I did.
Yeah.
So here, I'll give you guys a quick little roadmap to do this, man. Go ahead. Your first property, it's called, and Fresh actually did this to get his first property, man. It's called house hacking. Get that FHA loan, 3.5% down. Get into that property. The key though is you need to do it with a duplex, triplex, or fourplex. Why do you need to do it this way? You need to do it this way so that your tenant that you have in that unit that you're not living in offsets and or covers your mortgage costs. And preferably, if you can get some cash flow off of it, it's a W. The goal is to live for damn near little or free and make some money alongside it if you can. Then you make it work for a year. Don't commit fraud and live in it for 6 months, or don't live in it, guys. They're going to come after you for that shit. Live in it for 6 months, and then you can do it again.
And here's the beautiful thing about that. If you do that, then you can go depreciate that property on a depreciation schedule, and then you can put that depreciation against your W-2 income where you're working all that overtime.
And also do it now when you have no kids, no pressure, no real obligations, live in the property, gain value, and then do it again and again and again until you have multiple properties doing the same thing.
And guys, remember, it's not where you buy.
Big gyms. FHA loan, 3% down.
Is the deal good? Okay, you can buy a deal in fucking downtown Los Angeles, you know, and if the numbers work, the numbers work. It doesn't matter, you know. Now we tell you guys how to optimize buying in states like Florida, states like Texas, states like Nevada, states that are relatively cheaper, where your money's going to go further. You can get better tenants. They're more landlord friendly versus being tenant friendly. You can't evict them, etc. But that does not mean that you can't find a fantastic deal in a state like California or New York or Massachusetts, these places that are typically, or Michigan, Detroit, one of the worst rental markets ever. You can still find good deals in those places. It's just that you really need to do your due diligence and do what? Underwrite the deals. Justin, can you talk real quick about underwriting deals and what that entails?
Yeah.
Netflix killed Blockbuster. Uber killed taxi cabs. And now there's a new
Yeah, so any deal can be it's a very non-emotional decision. So let's say you're looking at a property and you think the price is high. We were actually just talking about this with units you're looking at in Miami.
Yeah.
And you said, I think the price is high. And my response was, yeah, okay, but what were the rents? Because really, if you take the purchase price and you look at the rents and then you look at the expenses and then you get a net operating income, which is basically like a profit on a P&L.
Yep.
And you divide that net operating income by the purchase price, you get the cap rate.
Yeah.
And so you basically know whether the property is going to cash flow or not. Then the next thing you need to look at is debt service. So if you have purchase price and then you have income and then you have expenses, and again, you get to net operating income, and then you say, okay, well, if I put 20% down or 5% down or whatever, what's my mortgage going to be? And then you put that against the net operating income to get your net. And then you know whether the property is going to make money or not. And if it's not going to make money based off the income, then you need to lower the purchase price. It's that simple. It's very non-emotional. You can back into the math without even thinking about it. And you send the offer out based on what the property performs at. For example, if I were going to sell you a business and you said, man, there's a whole, like, your marketing plan is really shitty. I think that once I buy this company, I could make the company twice as much money. You're not going to pay me to make my marketing situation better. You're going to pay me for what my P&L says my company is doing. Yep. And it's the same thing in real estate. So if the purchase price on those particular properties, let's say, are too high because the properties are not spitting out cash flow, a strong net operating income, and good cap rate, and the debt service can be covered with a profit, then you're not going to buy it at the $1 million. You're going to buy it at $800,000. It's a very non-emotional decision. There's plenty of ways you can join the war room. I'll teach you how to do it tomorrow.
Yep.
I'll teach you how to underwrite a whole fucking deal tomorrow. Now we're looking at things in due diligence, and there's a whole list of things to look at in due diligence.
Yeah.
Like, where are the schools? Where's the nearest Starbucks? What does the avatar of my, tenant look like? Where does this person work? Do I like the market in which this person is going to work? Do I trust the market? Do I trust Miami? No, it's sugar babies and crypto. Don't want to buy in Brickell and hope that somebody's going to rent. Do I like it in Georgia? Yeah, there's a big car plant there, and that's not going away. Do I like it in Baton Rouge? Yeah, the Mississippi River's there, and there's plants there. Do I trust where this person is going to work? So there's all these mathematical things, and there's things that are kind of on the side. It's very non-emotional, and if you educate yourself, you can make a strong decision in any market and buy well in any market, whether it's Pennsylvania, Hawaii, or fucking Antarctica. But so
and here's the thing: they're not going to teach you this shit in fucking school, guys. They're not, man. Like, it took me years to figure this stuff out. It took Justin a decade plus to figure this out with his business, blood, sweat, and tears. We can go ahead and take that blood, sweat, and tears from y'all. You can go ahead and just fucking shortcut your way in. You know, I mean, underwriting deals in itself, we talked about a bunch of different factors here, but if you was to go, you like, hey, I'm looking at this deal, etc. You give him the property address, he runs the numbers for you. Okay, this is how I figured this out. X, from A to Z, X to Y,
Big game,
whatever it
dog,
is, we
big
can do it
game.
up and down all the way. And this is how you analyze deals, guys. If it doesn't cash flow, just say no. But you got to understand, to figure out if it cash flows, you got to look at so many different factors. I can't tell you how many times people don't do their due diligence. They look at a deal, they think it's fucking good. They fucking buy the deal. Next thing they know, they're not making any fucking money on the deal. They got troublesome tenants. They didn't do their due diligence. They're losing money or barely making any money. And they're sitting there with their fucking dick in their hand hoping, well, I bought it in a good market. It's going to appreciate. If you buy a house for fucking appreciation, quite frankly, stupid. You're dumb as hell and you don't know what the fuck you're doing. This is why you need to get around people that are going to save you from making bad decisions like this. And the worm is full of a bunch of real estate.
Or all this was a cap rate.
Look, I'll look right now and see how many guys are in that fucking room. I'll tell you guys live how many guys are in that fucking room. Hold on 1 second.
Yeah.
Where's that real estate?
This is what it's about, man.
I want to add to what Justin said as well. So Justin joined the war room because of that one thing he did. Guess what? Now he's here with us, meeting the Tates, being their best friend. Is like, bro, that one action he did by joining the war room changed his life. So
400 Sneeko. How many members?
433.
Sheesh. 433 members, dude. And there's 50 of them in there right now. So you send your shitty deal over here and I'll tell you if it sucks or not.
There you go. And guys, literally, as we're speaking, like, Justin's gonna start, like, as soon as we get off air, he's gonna be responding, y'all. So this is an opportunity. Autonomous Music goes, freedom comes from seeing the ignorance of your critics and discovering the emptiness of their virtues. Andy Rand, shout out to Rolo. Absolutely, man. I do that every night with these dumb bimbos. I'm going to be great. Thank you for these podcasts and help me be the best version of myself as a man. I have strong faith, working hard and smart. Thank you, Fresh Fans Sneeko. I'll see you guys soon. Absolutely, man. You got to take those words and turn them into fucking action.
Yep.
Lona Tanasi goes, glad to see you guys in Romania. You really need to have some traditional Romanian food. We had some earlier, actually. Jay,
steaks.
I mean, it was made in a Romanian way. The food I had like something called salata.
I'll tell you what's Romanian about it. There's no fucking MSG in it.
We're acting like we're not eating KFC right after the show, or like
we're about to fuck KFC.
Traditional Romanian food.
Well, they are. I'm not doing
KFC.
Wait,
they are.
Where's KFC?
I think we're unique because now, as you can see, we are in a studio atmosphere. We're not in a remote atmosphere anymore. But then how do...
Trash, yeah.
It's in the bag.
Okay.
Stop the cap.
I'm ready.
Evening, gentlemen. I'm a 24-year-old data scientist living in South Cali getting destroyed by tax and rent price. Any advice? What market sector I can dive into that is not saturated for a side business? E-commerce. Cheers. Dude, Jesus Christ. What are y'all thoughts about this? He wants to start a side hustle that's not too saturated.
Start learning how to edit or learn how to make Photoshop thumbnails. I would start getting into the social media space. I think there's a lot of money to be made. I think you could study the algorithm. That's the way I know how to do it. I know a lot of kids. I just hired a 14-year-old kid from Chicago full time. Kids in high school. He's making more than his older brother. He was so excited on the call. There's a lot of money to be made. Even Tristan was just talking about that. There's so many people that he's hiring in like the Philippines and all these other places where he's paying $3,000 to $7,000 a month just doing side hustles from the social media. There's a lot of money to be made there, and there's a lot of skills that people aren't tapping into that you could do behind the scenes for influencers.
Zeus goes, Fresh, I have a 2021 Jeep Rubicon. You mentioned the car values will be going down, and I really need a truck for my job as I travel and have a dog. Ford Raptor, a decent truck to get into, or will those go down in value as well?
Ford Raptors do hold their value, but Justin, you're more of a truck guy than me. What would you say, Ford Raptor, or what truck would you recommend for work?
TRX.
I have a Ford Lariat. I think those Raptors are sick. I think that's like probably one of the biggest like country guy flexes. To have a Raptor. But man, that's up to you, man. I mean, if you have, does he have a business?
I don't think he said.
Yeah, so if you don't have a business, man, let's keep it real. It's a liability. You know, if you can't write it off, I mean, trucks aren't assets in any way. Walt might be able to do it if he flips a car, but you know, it is a liability. If you don't have the disposable income or your business needs it, it's probably bullshit. I did buy a G-Wagon this year. It cost me $287,000, but I need the fucking write-off. So I really think it depends on what position you're in. I mean, flexing in a truck, man, I think you could do it just as good in a King Ranch or a Lariat. I love my truck. I like my truck more than my G-Wagon, but it depends on where you are in life and if you like the truck or not.
I would say most cars don't gain you value per se. A lot of cars give you a benefit, but regular cars, bro, unless it's making money daily like a truck like that, I wouldn't invest in anything like that right
yeah,
now.
and the Raptor's not going to, man. Let's keep it real. If you're pulling some kind of load or
It's
some
for
kind
looks.
of trailer, yeah, it's for looks, man.
Yeah.
Because if that truck was really making money at a minimum, it'd have a gooseneck on that motherfucker. I got plenty of trucks like that.
There you go.
Seto Kaiba, I want to use credit to buy a condo and put it on Airbnb in a place like Vegas or Austin to get into real estate. Is it a good idea?
Nope. You can't control the condo fees, man. So unless you own the association that's going to make the decision whether they're going to paint the building, do landscaping or not, you can't truly even underwrite that property like what I just said, because you have indirect costs that are out of
They
your
shitting
control.
on condos.
And also those communities, these condo associations, they can
HOAs.
say at any point in time, you know what? Stop Airbnb. We don't want that in our association. Get out of here.
Yep.
No, you're done.
Yeah.
So
Don't buy a condo.
Yeah, and actually right here, Daniel Flores Vegas was asking, he said he has a pocket listing for a 2-bedroom condo in Vegas. We are going to list it at 100K, but if one of you or in the war room wants to deal, I'd be happy to send info. I'm on IG with the same name. Guys, here's the thing. Are there situations where a condo could potentially work? Yes, but I would argue 90+% of the time, most condos are a money suck. They're not good. The only way in my head I could think that even owning a condo would be worth it is if you actually buy it, live in it, it's your primary residence, and then you put a HELOC on that bitch and use it to buy other property.
Yeah.
But even then, it's like,
I'm not saying I wouldn't buy one in a market that was going up like Miami. In fact, I looked at one the other day. It was $2 million. But I didn't look at it as an asset as much as I look at it as a commodity.
Yeah.
Like if I own it for 5 years, it's worth $2 million now. It's probably worth 5 in, let's say, 10.
Yeah.
You know, but still, I wouldn't buy a condo.
Yeah, I mean, I
It's
think
a
for
risk.
most of y'all, it's a very, very heavy risk that might not necessarily be worth it. Yeah, but yes,
I would buy a condo, but I would buy it knowing that it's not an asset.
there you go. Yeah,
Be educated about what you're doing.
Yeah.
Is all I'm saying. Well, it
Not
could,
for
yeah,
fun.
it could be for fun. It could be for flex. It could be for more of a commodity. So, like if you buy a Bitcoin today and you hold it for said time, it might go up. But to buy it and believe that it's going to spit cash out for you, it's probably yeah, you're living a lie. Okay. So you're just not educated on. You wouldn't be educated on the subject, thinking you're going to cash flow real big, or you have control of that cash flow.
we've gotten this question about condos a lot. I mean, the thing about condos, guys, is I would say in most situations it's not a good move. Though I honestly, speaking out loud here, I think buying and living in it is probably better than trying to rent it to a tenant.
It's the only play because you cannot control your overhead.
Yeah, you can't.
You don't have control of your overhead in a condo.
Yeah.
Unless you buy the entire building and then you own all of them and you convert to an apartment or
Big game. You hear this?
whatever. You can't underwrite the deal.
Yeah, you probably because
Not with any control.
the HOA. Like let me give you because just to put this in perspective for the people so they see kind of like how bad condos can be, especially in major cities. Let's say you buy a condo in Miami. Yeah, guys, I'm telling you right now, HOA at the lowest is going to be $1,000 a month.
Mine was $1,600 if
Bam.
I'd have bought that $2 million condo.
Yeah.
$24,000 a year in insurance.
Guys, and HOA
Oh,
just
the
so you know,
insurance
you don't
is
get that money
crazy.
back.
Right.
Okay,
And it
That's
ain't your
like that.
decision.
Yeah,
So even if you know today it's $1,600 and you underwrite the deal and you do the debt service and everything else, and
you
you're
can
like,
be
oh, man,
perfect.
you can be perfect, man. Oh, I'm going to cash flow this. I'm going to have an 8% cap rate. I'm going to get a return. It's going to be awesome. And then 2 years from now, they double that, and then you're out, bro. It's
Yep.
over. And then you can do not a fucking thing
Here's
about
an
it.
example. I was living in an apartment, in a condo in Brickell, right? They decided they're gonna fix the roof of that building.
Exactly.
Bro,
That's exactly what I'm
The
saying.
friggin' FHA, dude, the friggin' rates went up so high. People trying to sell the condos as fast as possible. Because now, mind you, let's say your mortgage is like maybe 2-3 bands, right? But that added $1,000, bro. Most people can't afford it. Now you're screwed.
And if you're doing it as an investor, man, that would be a hell of a return on one door to make $1,000. But that would have wiped it all out just over one roof.
Yeah.
Yep.
And that again, it's not your decision to make, and that's what makes it so dangerous. You're not holding you don't have the shot in game 7 if you buy a condo.
You're at the
Yeah.
mercy of that.
You're at-
association.
yeah.
Yeah, if
Mercy.
you're gonna do it, guys, do it for your own enjoyment. Live in that bitch, and then use it so that you can go ahead and secure something
Big
called a home
game,
equity
yeah,
line of
big
credit,
game.
which most of the time you can get on your primary residence, which will allow you to borrow pretty much 70 to 80%, if I'm not mistaken, Justin, of the property's value.
75% loan to value on a HELOC probably.
Yeah,
And then the other thing would be is that if you live in it and you live in it for 2 years and it does go up like a commodity, when you sell it, you can be exempt from taxes with the homestead.
there you go.
exemption.
So those are some plays with a condo, even though it's a traditionally bad investment class. That's a way to make the best of the situation. You want to ball a little bit, get some chicks to show up to your spot. You can go ahead, live in it, get that HELOC, and then that HELOC is going to be fantastic because you can borrow. Think of it as like a credit card attached to the equity in your home that you can use to buy other assets. Don't use it to buy Lambos. Use it to buy other assets. Then I can see, okay, this is a little bit better. But in general, guys,
I think it's an L.
It's an L.
It's an L
most of the time. But I'm just giving them place because, dude, I get asked about condos so fucking much, and I keep telling them it's a bad investment in general. But I know people are going to want to know, oh, I want to do it. They're going to do it anyway.
I would consider this too. So not only are you going to pay that HOA, so $1,600 a month. Let's say the mortgage is $15,000 a month on that one I was looking at.
Yeah.
That extra $1,600 a month doesn't go towards the amortization or the principal or the interest on the property. So think of how much of a better of a property you could have bought with that extra $1,600 a month.
Yeah. Facts. Big facts.
You're throwing it away.
KLV Videos, $100 goes. Thank you for the advice and information. I just closed on a triplex off market well under the appraised value, and I appreciate the knowledge on cap rate and underwriting. I will send you a DM on Instagram. Good job, my friend. Closing on the deal, under appraised value is always fantastic. You bought the house with instant equity, which is always a W, especially in this housing market. Casper Gunderson goes $20. Justin, we spoke on DM yesterday, and you wanted to answer my question on live regarding my little brother and how to raise him on my own.
Yeah, man. So first of all, I'm sorry that your father's sick, man. God bless you. I saw you and the little boy on Instagram, bro. This is what I would tell you. It's a hard situation to be in. You wouldn't be in that situation if you couldn't help it. If you could not handle it. It's not your responsibility. However, I understand fully where you're at. I suspected when I first read the message that he was just a little bit younger than you, a couple of years. It looks like he is substantially younger than you. If your mother is alive, I say that you let her raise him until he's about 15, old enough to really understand what's going on, while you go build yourself as a man. Because just like when you're on that plane, bro, you got to put that mask on yourself first. If he was drowning, you wouldn't be able to help him unless you could swim. So if your mother is alive, let him be raised with her, spend as much time around him as you can until he's 15, and then you take her off his hands. You take him off of her hands. And at that point, you should have enough time to get your feet under you as a man. And so you can actually add value to him instead of letting him be a hindrance, and you're half the man that you would have been had you not let that time go by and develop yourself. So I would let her raise him until 15.
Yeah, see this?
Go become the man you need to be, and then you come back and you come back strong.
Damn. Got a question for Sneeko here. Good stuff, Justin. He goes, I'm a producer and I make beats. Should I try to monetize off my creative passions or put that on hold and make more money elsewhere? Money off music is slow to come in.
It's tough. It's tough to make money in the music industry right now. I would try to make money from other places and then funnel that into your music passion. But also right now, I think the best way to get money off of is TikTok. I think you should try to get a viral TikTok sound and then make people do a dance to it. That's the quickest way to go do it.
Bam. Gabe Roth goes, Sneeko, just want to say awesome work. Enjoy what you well earned. Yeah,
thank you, Gabe. That $50 just woke me up. Stop saying Sleepo in the chat. I'm up now.
So they said Sleepo?
Sleepo, bro. I mean, I'm came in from Miami, man. I'm listening right now. I can't listen. Justin Waller is spitting a lot of game right now. I haven't heard a lot of the stuff about real estate that I'm really trying. I was actually thinking about buying a condo, and now I feel like a brokey. So,
I mean, you could do it, man. It's just you gotta, if you're gonna do it, like those are the caveats.
No. I'm not being a brokey. I'm trying to get at your. I'm not. I want to be a baller. Fuck that.
And then let's see here. Hey guys,
Sneeko crazy.
I'll catch up on this stuff right here because
he need the big bro talk though. Yeah, I hear he paying attention to the game they putting down. I ain't know a lot of this stuff about the condo stuff they just said.
A bunch of them came in. Napoleon said, "Never fight the same enemy over and over again because you will teach the enemy your best moves." Have you ever been undecisive and it came back to haunt you? Carlito's Way Style.
What is Carlito's Way Style? What's that movie from?
I think that's I think in the 90s.
Okay.
Yeah. Anybody? Anything on that? No.
I'm good.
This game, you're not ready for it.
Being indecisive fucks you up in general.
Fresh wants that chicken right now, bro.
Yeah.
Fresh thinking about fried chicken.
I promise you, Fresh is real decisive about that fucking chicken, man.
Damn right, man. I'm starving.
All right, cool. So, I guess I'll start with Fresh and then work our way back.
Final thoughts?
I guess so.
Thoughts?
I guess so. That's how y'all look.
Man.
So, guys, like the video, by the way. We got 9,400 plus y'all in here, man. So please like the video.
I'll just say, man, no matter where you're from, you know, your race, color, you know, your background. You can have whatever you want. Now, we make it to the level that we're at. Maybe, maybe not.
Yeah,
But I'm just saying, if you want better for yourself, you can achieve it. And my thing is, look, if you want it, leave your comfort zone, get a mentor, you know, network with people that are on the path that you want to get on, and at some level, humble yourself and say, you know what? I don't know everything. I know what I know, and I know what I don't know, and I don't know what I don't know. Which means people out there have information that I don't know. Humble yourself. You know what? I need to pay some money to get into this group or this network. Pay the money, humble yourself, and learn as you go. And you'd be surprised. You learning from the people that have already made it, you shorten your learning curve, and as a result, you get further in life. For example, let's say you became a millionaire at 50 years old, right? People that taught you how to become a millionaire, did you get there at 20, 30? And guess what? That jump cut, that shortcut, you saved 20, 30 years for yourself. So my thing is, bro, get out there, network, make connections, and get a mentor to help you surpass that learning curve. That's me.
All right. I got a good question here from Lucid Paralysis. He goes, I was a full-time interior architect during the week, weekends, pro photos, and YouTube animation / music in the evenings, grinding hard for a while, still not where I want to be. Any tips for pursuing multiple paths? Sometimes it's better to just focus on, 1 to 2 at most, man. You want to take that skill that you have, hopefully it's a high income skill, and really funnel it into something that's where you can demand more money for your time or your skill. 18 to 21, my brother and I are almost full-time electrical engineers. Good stuff, my friend. Been working on Forex for almost 2 years now, close to joining a prop firm. Schedule our day to where's working every 1 hour block in price. Please, we DM'd you. To every hour lock in price, please, we DM'd you. I don't do Forex, guys, at all. I appreciate the offer, though. I grew up all my life not being around money. This is from Travis Ludwig. You guys were talking about specific strategies. Can you give me any direction into how I can learn a foundation of understanding basic financial literacy? Justin?
I really like George Gammon, if I'm being honest. But but at times he's so fucking smart that I have to pause the video. So Robert Kiyosaki's probably a really good guy to go to. I think Grant Cardone is actually really good.
Yeah.
So
they help you think big.
Yeah.
Like Dave Ramsey will get you in your foot in the door.
I ain't never watched Grant Cardone, Robert Kiyosaki video. Everywhere. Yeah, everywhere. Billionaires everywhere.
About general financial literacy, putting money in envelopes and stuff like that. But if you want to like really kill it, man, you can't pinch pennies.
One thing that I do think is really important that I've thought for a long time is that understand that if you open your phone, whatever is on your feed is generally what's wired into your brain. So if you open that YouTube and you got a bunch of dumbass kids, no disrespect to any of the young guys, but if you got a bunch of people playing video games and shit and not a bunch of real estate videos in your face that will inspire you, to educate you, because me and Myron talked about this on the 6 hour. A lot of times you guys don't take action. I love you, Sneeko. A lot of you guys don't take action because you're scared. And the reason that you're scared is because you don't know what's behind the door.
Yes. Yeah.
So if you're not educating yourself full time on how money works, on how real estate works, you're never going to pull the trigger because it's going to be out of fear.
Yep.
So make sure that whatever is on your feeds is something that you want to become. And I think that'll help you out a lot.
If you really think about it, fear is like the root cause of failure. How many people didn't try because they were scared of failing and they didn't fucking do it, and then bam, I'd rather be.
People don't want to try today. That's why shit never happened. They don't want to try. You gotta shoot your shot. You miss 100% of the shots you don't take. That's why you gotta just start taking some. You're gonna fail. The failure is part of the process. That's what I learned. That's what I'm learning right now. I fail. Failing. Learn. Win. W.
And eat Cheetos and live with my mom and shit. And that's why they're where they are, because they're scared.
Yeah, and they're like watching people play video games, or they're watching anime or some shit.
Yeah. So, Jonathan, $10, thank you so much. And then go ahead, Justin. What's your last thoughts? Actually, no, we can close out with you. Sneeko, what are your last thoughts? I know you guys want to get your chicken, so like the video, by the way, guys, please.
Last thoughts. Put your ego to the side. It's okay to be uncomfortable. Put yourself in the right situations. Network like fresh. You never know when the right opportunity is going to come in front of you. For example, I met Justin Waller when we were out at the club. I was a little bit drunk. I had some. I don't need to say who I was with, but I was there.
He was doing quite well, guys.
I was having fun, and I didn't expect myself to be in that situation. But an entrepreneur is always being on the clock. I've seen Justin work, and we got dinner. We were out there hanging, having cigars, stuff like that. He's like, hold on, I got to take a call. Like he's always on the clock. He's always working. He's always thinking about the business ventures that he has. Because if you need 24/7, so you can have fun, but you have to realize that fun and work can coincide. And when you figure out a way to do it at the same time, then you're winning.
Bam.
OKC Thunder goes, where do you think the future of the average man the next 2 years is going to do? Y'all think the gap between the guys on top and the average man will rebalance
bigger
itself?
and bigger. The gap is getting crazy, so you need to act accordingly.
Agreed.
Now.
The have-yats and the have-nots,
That was
man.
the biggest thing I was scared of when I was a kid. I saw it. A lot of people in the chat were saying that they saw me start making videos in my mom's basement, and now I'm here in Tate's mansion. It's because I was afraid of that gap. I was afraid of getting left behind. So you can hear this right now and make a decision in your life that will change the entire trajectory of your kids, of your grandkids. You need to start making money now, because we were just talking about it with Tristan and everybody else. The men who are living the best life, like on average, a woman will have a better life than the average man. But the top 1% man, it's GTA.
As Andrew Tristan would say, to have and have nots, you got a choice to make where you want to end up.
Yeah.
Tristan, you about to say something? I interrupted you.
Beautiful.
Okay. And I think we're pretty much, there was one other chat that came through. I just want to make sure. Guys,
Guys, W in the chat, man. Like the video. This was a W Money Monday. Guys, you don't learn shit in school. I was going to tell you this shit personally. Learn it on the stream, but guess what? You heard the information, apply it, make it work for you. That's it.
Want to know, where do y'all think the animosity to people who are successful comes from? So many times I've ran into people telling me I should have donated money, etc., yet I struggle to see them do such things themselves. This is such a good question. Anyone want to tackle this one first, or?
The animosity toward, it's jealousy.
Yeah,
it's jealousy. I was just showing this Reddit post to everybody else earlier. People are so sad that they can't get girls, or they think that red pill people are they're terrible people because it's brainwashing and it's jealousy. That's what all the people that hate hate us, that hate the Tates, they all look the same. It's just people who are sad and who have given up. It's jealousy for the fact that you can actually improve and be that top 1% man. Everybody wants to be that. I want to be that. I'm not there yet, but I just have my most successful month of all time, and it's because I've applied all this knowledge that I've heard online. So you got to realize this animosity towards successful people is just straight up jealousy. And when you realize that, you can choose. You can be complacent or you can be ambitious. And I know everybody watching this, deep down, you want to be ambitious.
Yeah, no, absolutely, man. Yeah, guys, here's the thing. When you're successful, what you're basically doing is you're shining a spotlight in those people's inadequacies. And when you do that, you're exposing them. When they're exposed, they feel uncomfortable. When people are uncomfortable, what do? They lash out and they talk shit. They do loser podcasts like L3, or they call themselves Sanabi, whatever the hell it may be.
Literally, they lost, I just checked their social, but they lost.
Yo, go watch my video. I did a video of them saying the N-word. He was just saying it out loud proudly, but he loves to cancel people. Go watch my last video.
Like 10,000 subscribers.
They're always losing.
It's just going on the down.
Taking straight L's every time.
You need to spit knowledge out there. You need to encourage your audience, or else you're going to fall off. If you're encouraging complacency, then your podcast and your channel is going to be complacent. It's going to fall off. If you're not growing, then you're falling behind. You need to constantly grow. Time. They explain it like, if you're not growing, then you're deteriorating.
Absolutely. And guys,
does that make sense with that? I sound retarded. Did that sound retarded?
No, it sounded good.
Okay, that
sounded
good.
It's fine. I got you right now. Basically,
I want that chicken. Basically.
No, okay. Fantastic. All right, guys. So, guys, get in the war room. You got 48 hours, man, to get in, and you're gonna go ahead and get into a Zoom call between me, Fresh, and Justin. We'll basically answer your questions. And it's exclusive, only for 48 hours to get in. Justin's gonna be looking at DMs right now, so if you guys want to hit him up and talk to him, as you guys can see, he literally responds to his DMs. It was a very personal DM that came through here, and he was able to answer live on it.
Yo, but my computer's about to die. I see you tomorrow, man.